COVID's look.
Would you mind putting your mask back on?
Thank you.
I had not noticed COVID's detail, this 3D applique. I mean,
It just gets better.
what do you guys think of this mask?
It's sick. Brandon said it, but you must be hot. You should probably take the mask off.
What happens next?
Now he gets medicine to help him with coronavirus.
Oh, great.
And,
So did he actually have the virus?
I think so.
Okay,
and
I see.
after the medicine.
Okay.
Now we need to get him a Pfizer vaccine.
Gosh, you don't waste time, do you, Saoirse? You're ahead of the game. So does he like...
He's not participating, so we're going to have to knock him out.
So what happens
now
next?
he gets the Pfizer vaccine.
Bang. Okay. And now...
He has to stay in this pod for the next 87 days
That's a serious quarantine.
because there's a backlog with the HSE.
Oh, I see. Okay, they love that, yeah.
According to the Department of Education, schools are safe.
She was wrong, Michael. You don't need a pandemic for people to take the vaccine. You just need the fear of a pandemic.
Gates' business strategies came under fire in 1998 when the United States Department of Justice sued Microsoft for antitrust violations.
This is tape 3 of the videotape deposition of Bill Gates on September.
During the 18-month trial, Gates gave hours of videotaped testimony.
The Moderna vaccines sound concerning. We looked. After the second dose, at least 80% of participants experienced a systemic side effect, ranging from severe chills to fevers. So, are these vaccines safe?
Well, the FDA, not being pressured, will look hard at that. The FDA is the gold standard of regulators, and their current guidance on this, if they stick with that, is very, very appropriate. And you know, the
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What's happening in this country should never happen, and we are going through. There's no doubt in my mind we're going through a crucible of history, and if we don't correct what it is that's happening right now over the next couple of weeks, then I really hate to even think about what will happen in our country going forward into the latter part of December and certainly into the next month. I do not believe for a second that the country will accept Vice President Biden as the next president based on what we know to be probably the greatest fraud that our country has ever experienced in our history.
Now, Sydney and the president, through, I believe, General Flynn, have got the Kraken organization, the 305 Military Intelligence Battalion, working with them. Because in all of this, we have not seen any footprints of the DOJ, of the FBI, nor the CIA on the friendly side.
Wait a minute.
It's been on the deep state side.
Let me just stop you there, General, because you just said something very interesting. You just said that who has just opened up the Kraken, and then you just described what the Kraken was. We all know the term because of Sidney Powell using it, but you just said what it is. Can you back up on that?
Yes. Sydney got the term Kraken because that's the nickname of the 305th Military Intelligence Battalion. And that has been her source, along with other sources that Mary and I know about but we don't want to talk about.
But all of the analysis that we've done don't really require you to, say, trust me about a magical mathematical formula or some pattern we discovered or something that supposedly happened in the software of the voting machines. I can give you the list of the people who voted in this election, who filed national change of address cards in Georgia, moving themselves to another state. And I can also show you the subsequent state voter registrations of these individuals in other states who then cast earlier absentee ballots back in Georgia. I can show you the names of the people and the records of them having voted in multiple states in the raw data that the states make available. So this isn't speculative. This is just what the data show.
Boris, have you got his number?
Gerard, look, there is a guy at the moment going through his files at home.
Fantastic. But I am telling you something, Boris. This guy has got my blood up, alright? And there is nothing which I won't do to get my revenge. It's as simple as that.
How badly are you going to hurt this guy?
Not badly at all.
I want to know.
Okay, let me explain this.
If this guy is serious, I'm fucking curious.
I guarantee you he will not be serious.
How badly hurt?
He will not have a broken limb or broken arm. He will not be put into intensive care or anything like that. He will probably get a couple of black eyes and a cracked rib. Nothing which you didn't suffer in rugby, okay? But you get scared, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get scared, I wanted to have no idea who's behind it.
Sorry, if I get
You will not, Boris, I swear to you. If you do it,
I'm not saying I just got this bloody number for you. Okay, Derry, I said I'll do it. Don't worry.
Boris, I really mean it. I love you.
Wait till you see this. They call it a selfie-induced coma. Yeah, you don't see this a lot. This is what happens after you've taken your millionth selfie. Apparently when you reach a certain threshold, your brain shuts off and starts snapping pictures on autopilot. For all we know, this could have gone well into the night. I doubt anyone would even look twice, considering we've all just given up on trying to figure out what's wrong with people anymore. See what I mean? Now you mean to say there's a reason to ask this girl to explain why she chose to do what she's doing? That would be like getting out of your car and asking a deer why it's standing in the middle of the road.
Putain.
You know why you don't. Because it's stupid. You honk the horn or yell at it and hope it runs away. There's no reason to treat influencer deer any different. If anything, you'd think there'd be some sort of influencer control unit that drives around and looks for these people. Nah, instead we encourage this behavior. Yeah, get a load of this atrocity. Apparently they have influencer classes now. How does that work? Okay, class, today we're gonna teach you how to be full of yourself. We're gonna show you techniques on how to pretend that you're excited about everything you say.
Hey guys, it's Beth here. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lauren.
Hey guys! What up everyone, it's your girl, Superwoman. Yo, what is up guys? Your boy Rice Gum.
We'll even teach you tricks on how to write captions that have nothing to do with the photos you post. I'm feeling very disheartened at the moment, and at a complete loss for words. All I can say is that Black lives always have and always will matter. Yeah, we can tell because nothing embodies grief more than spreading your legs in a park. I assume you'll also be leading the charge in the Spread Your Cheeks for Human Trafficking rally Sunday too. Yeah, and if classes are full, swing by your local mall. They got selfie booths waiting for you now so you can show off your new earrings you stole at Claire's. You know where these booths belong? They belong in psychiatric wards across the country. You know you could lure these people right in to commit themselves, right? All they'd have to do is create a Facebook event, offer free access to the public. The 30-day Nut House special. Commit yourself for 30 days and have full access to all of our luxurious selfie booths. Take all the photos you want. Meanwhile, you pump them full of drugs. Delete all their accounts. Let them wake up in selfie withdrawals. When their heads stop spinning, you show them how to start and finish a day without the desire to see heart emojis on their Instagram from married men scrolling Instagram with their pants around their ankles and girls commenting, "Yes," on every photo you post. Maybe if we start thinking outside the phone, we can finally show these people there's more to life than this and get them the help they need.
Proving you've been vaccinated will be vital, and tech companies are designing ways to show it. Jolene Kent has more on that.
With vaccines on the horizon, new health apps are springing to life. IBM and Clear, the tech company known for expediting security screenings at airports, are both creating new apps to take in real-time vaccination information. They could eventually be used for admission to concerts and live sports.
So here's how it works. The app gives you a health pass to show before you go into big stadiums like this, to streamline the process, to make it safer and faster for you to get to your seat.
It'll flash green if your health information meets requirements.
A stadium or venue would not see your personal health data. Everything is opt-in and you control your information.
But how much information will Clear have, even though the stadium may only see the green?
It's a secure identity platform. We don't hold your health data.
The LA Football Club, a Major League Soccer team, says Health Pass is part of their reopening plan next year.
How much do you need technology like this to be able to fill these seats again?
It's going to be a must. It's an expectation of government officials that ultimately will decide when and how we can bring fans back. We also want to know that when we get up to go to a concession stand, when we walk into the team store, that the other people that came through the gates and are here with us are also safe.
For live events, Ticketmaster is exploring several options, including a smartphone verification system for vaccination status and negative tests. The Australian government has also said it may require proof of vaccination in the future for entry into the country. A glimpse into a vaccinated future and a new normal.
The CDC says those who get the shot will be issued a vaccination card. Officials say the goal is getting the second dose on schedule. Stephanie Whitfield explains as part of our new series on vaccines called The Best Shot.
Meg, let's bring you in here as someone who really knows the business of vaccines. What can we realistically expect once the immunization process actually starts? And I'm hearing there's talk about a vaccine passport. What is that?
Yeah, so this is this kind of futuristic idea where we actually have a requirement to get a certificate of vaccination before we can do things. So as Dr. Gupta was talking about, it's going to be a while before most of us can get a vaccine. It's going to be the most high-risk groups at the beginning because of limited supply. And then folks like Dr. Fauci are talking about spring and summer for everybody really being able to get access. And so then what does life start to look like? Do we have to have that certificate of vaccination before getting on a cruise ship or getting on a plane, for example? Experts I've talked with say that is a possibility. But what about like going to concerts or going to a restaurant? Would you need a certificate of vaccination to do that? That might be less likely, but companies like Ticketmaster are already thinking about ideas like that. Could they have a technology, for example, to link your concert ticket to proof that you've been vaccinated? So these are the kinds of things that are getting talked about. None of it is set in stone yet, but experts are saying we should think about these things, what life is going to be like with vaccines. And they are warning that even as more of us get vaccinated, we're still going to have to wear masks and socially distance for a lot of next year.
Health Canada is expected to approve the Pfizer vaccine this week, so just in a short matter of time. Polls suggest the majority of Canadians will in fact roll up their sleeves, but some will not. And at least one province, Ontario, says anyone who does not will likely face ongoing restrictions while the rest of the population gets back to sort of normal life, Laura. Laura McQuillan I'm referring to, looking at Ontario's plan as the health minister announced yesterday.
Yeah, some kind of a card that you would carry that proves you've had your 2 shots of the vaccine. Could be 1 shot if it is a 1-shot vaccine, but most look like they will be 2. So once you're fully immunised, you'd have what's been described as a vaccination card, vaccination passport. You'd take it when you go to do things that you can't currently do. Once those businesses or places reopen, Health Minister Christine Elliott gave some more details yesterday on just how it might work and where those restrictions might lift for you if you can prove you've been vaccinated.
It's going to be really important for people to have for travel purposes, perhaps for work purposes, for going to theaters or cinemas or any other places where people will be in closer physical contact when we get through the worst of the pandemic. So yes, that will be essential for people to have that.
So not mandatory to get the shot, but if you don't get it, you might be opting out of those things that this card enables you to do. As you mentioned, as you heard her mention there, jobs that could be a field such as healthcare, such as being a teacher. You might need to prove that you've been vaccinated because you have that contact with people, but it's not yet clear what power employers would have to require you to prove this. School kids might be another group that need to carry the card. Visitors to long-term care homes. Keep in mind it could be another year before everyone gets vaccinated, but already experts are looking at this. And I thought the response that we got from Dr. Samir Gupta, he spoke to us last hour, was quite interesting because he said it's not really the be-all and end-all to get one of these cards. You could be fully vaccinated, you could have this card that lets you get into some places, but you would still need to follow those public health measures that we're currently seeing, such as wearing masks, the hygiene measures like distancing.
If I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign.
Come on, man.